This is the Rick Boss and Richard Garcia interview, the actors and director from The Great Escape from UMC movie, coming out in 2020.
Hello?
Hello, is this Richard Garcia?
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, Richard? This is Wired Up.
Yeah. Ready?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah, and we're right here with Rick right here too.
What's up, man? What's up, guys? I'm fine.
So how you guys doing today?
We're doing good, man. Doing good. A little bit of busy. You know how life is, always busy all the time.
Of course, man, of course. What you guys?
Yeah, always working.
Yeah, how did you guys meet up?
How do we meet up? Through the internet. I was writing a movie script called Tupac, The Great Escape from UMC. I researched a couple of pop impersonators. The one that I chose was Richard Garcia. He's the one that qualified best for the role.
Oh wow, so Richard, were you already like an actor?
Yeah, I'm already. I do like small roles, like on a lot of extra work, like on shows like Law and Order, SVU. I've been on Elementary. I've done a lot of work in background, extra work again, like on Elementary, Power, stuff like that. But I was featured on an MTV TV show called Jobs That Don't Suck because they were talking about a job that I do as a Tupac Shakur tribute artist, as like a celebrity impersonator. So I've been doing it for about 20 years so far.
Oh wow.
But it just started picking up and stuff because like Tupac spirit never left us. You know, the legacy lives on.
Yeah, for sure.
So
So you've been a Tupac fan since the 90s, or how'd you get involved with Pac?
well, honestly, I've been a Tupac fan since he was down with Digital Underground. Shout out to Digital Underground and Humpty and all them. And when I was younger, I used to listen to Humpty Hump, and then I went out and got the cassette, not the CD. I got the cassette, and then I got into Sex Packets and Money B and all those other characters, and I started loving the West Coast because I grew up listening to NWA, Eazy-E, Dr. Dre out at Cypress Hill. So those guys kind of raised me. And since I was listening to Digital Underground, when Pac veered off into the West Coast, I kind of followed.
Oh, okay.
And then come to find out, we got the same birthday. It's crazy. We have a parallel lifestyle,
That's very true, man. You guys look very, very, very similar, dude.
Yeah, it's really, it's fun. It's got good points, and sometimes it got a little hate, but as a Gemini, as a people person, like Tupac, I'm a lover of the people. I tend to, basically get my point across to people why I do what I do.
Oh, okay.
So, basically for the love of hip hop and Tupac.
For sure. So, Rick, how did you get into the music stuff and then the movie stuff? Can you tell us a little bit where you're from, how you grew up, where you grew up, and how'd you get into all that stuff?
I was born in Arizona, raised in Cali. My father was a Black Panther Liberation Army top lieutenant for the Black Panthers in Berkeley. My mom's from Portugal. Actually, she's Portuguese descent, but lived in another country in Latin America. And I got into music by starting off by listening to the Beastie Boys album, Run DMC, LL Cool J. What other albums? That Fat Boys back then. But the album that inspired me to write was the Beastie Boys after listening to some of the Brass Monkey music that they had and stuff like that. So I took up music in school, playing instruments, trumpet. The only instrument I do not know how to play to this day is the guitar. But anything else, I know how to play it. But I started writing my first gangster rap when I first heard the NWA back in 1988. That's when I started, set tripping out there in Cali and stuff like that. Got into the gangster lifestyle, going to school with a fucking gun in the book. I cut the pages out, put a 38 snub nose in there, went to school, my DMV class, just in case if I got jumped out, coming out of school and stuff like that. But nothing seriously happened to me like that, and I will be doing life. But so my life turned out to be good. Met cocaine, all them, Goldie Lope, Slip Capone, Corrupt. I mean, there's a lot of people that I know. So this is just too long, you know what I'm saying? But shout outs to C-Rock from the block. There's just too many people, man, to name. And then I decided to write this Tupac movie because I got tired of the lies and people going back and forth saying the man is dead and then they're saying the man is alive and he did this and did that. I mean, these are all just what people are saying. But when you're a member, your family's a member of the Black Panther Party, you know what stuff that the public don't know. You know what I mean? Like some underground type stuff.
For sure, for sure. So, did you always believe that, that he was alive, or did you, think he was dead when this, when it popped off in '96?
I heard a couple of interviews with you saying about Danny Boy, about the U-Haul and stuff like that. The U-Haul actually did happen because they had him on the first floor. This is just to protect him from gunshots from the window. But we all know about Devin Clark. Devin Clark was a guy who had AIDS, which was his double from above the rim. So all these doubles, they were already in place already because COINTELPRO is an FBI agency who spies on American citizens if they have the power to move the masses. And he did. He had a lot of people behind him. People in music, people in politics, everybody was following Pac. So he was like, to the white people, a threat to the United States. And then when he got his information that something was going to happen to him through the Black Panther Party, gives out the information to certain members, then it's time to prepare for the Great Escape. And this is why I named the movie The Great Escape from UMC, because like I said in another previous interview, the only helicopter company that will fly you out of state will be Sundance Tours. They are a helicopter company that flies over state lines, New Mexico and Arizona. He never did go out through the bottom and stuff like that, because you go out through the front door, there's too many people. They have people circling that whole hospital, man. You know what I mean? There's no way he could go out through the front, through the bottom. The only way is to the top. Fly out. And so when you see the video, Heaven's Got a Ghetto, he lands in New Mexico. And that movie poster that I did, there's two clues there. One of them, my friend Benny Bling, who is related to Bruce Lee, that symbol on his hat is a New Mexico symbol. And the only place where you can actually hide out is the reservations, because the reservations does not allow police to go in there at all, period. It's a tribal land for protection. They protect their own kind. So there's a lot of reservations, a lot of different tribes where you can go and hide out if somebody's looking for you. And the tribal people, they don't like to talk to the police or give up information anyways. So he's all good.
Oh wow. See, that's something I never even thought about, man. The tribes and all that stuff.
Yeah. But the movie you need to wait and see when it comes out. There's a lot of information I'd like to expose about it, but right now is not the right time. I need to keep people on their toes and ready for when it gets released. They be ready for it. I don't want to give out too much about what's going on with the movie. But yeah, The Great Escape from UMC, man, I was told already that the way how I wrote that script, because it's very violent and there's a lot of drama and stuff like that, it'll be hard for somebody to top that once I get done with it. It'll be hard for anybody to top that story. It's just incredible the way how I wrote it, the way how the Black Panthers shoot it out with COINTELPRO to save Pac's life on Cobo and Flamingo to make sure he gets out alive. You know what I'm saying? So just wait for the movie to be out a few months after 2020 hits, and then you guys can see what you guys think. State what you guys want to state about it.
For sure. And Richard, what do you believe about Tupac? Do you believe he's passed away, or do you believe he's still alive?
Well, a lot of people ask me that question, and I basically tell people what Afeni, may she rest in peace. I tell people what Afeni told me. Tupac Shakur is alive in his art and in his music. And his influence, Tupac has multiplied in so many people's lives. And I say this with a very heavy heart because I notice people, and I work with a lot of immigration kids from different cultures in the school system. And working with families and little students who come from different diverse cultures, they all know about Tupac. Like, and I'm surprised how many people from South America, Hispanics, Africa, Haiti, UK, Russia, all these people that I see in the school system, they all know about Tupac. Like you know how everybody knows about Elvis Presley and Michael Jackson?
Yep.
They all know about Tupac. And, you know, I'm walking around in the suit, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to throw off that look, but I can't shake it. So the little kids are like, Mr. Garcia, you look like Tupac. You look like that rapper. You look like that rapper when he was in that movie Gridlock. I was like, oh my God. I was like, what do you know about Gridlock? You know, and it's the parents, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I also want to say a shout out to Top Dog and a shout out to C-Rock from the block too, man. I love you guys. You know what I'm saying? And I you know, it's just I'm for original people. I'm for independent people, independent artists. I always say that. And a lot of people ask me, well, why this movie? Why this movie? And I said, listen, I'm a struggling actor. I work a lot. You know what I'm saying? I work like 2 or 3 part-time jobs just to get by. And every little time, every little chance that I get, if I'm able and I'm blessed to get into a project, and especially if it has something to do with Tupac, I feel blessed. You know what I'm saying? Now, does the family like it? Not all the family likes it, because, you know, it's very sensitive to them, because they lost their loved one to gun violence. And that's something that I have to point out in this interview, that the family, you know what I'm saying, they do get a little upset. Some of it they can't see because it's too close to home for them. And I respect that, you know what I'm saying, and I respect that 100, because again, I work in the inner city with children and students right through pre-K through high school. And I noticed the gun violence in my community, and I noticed how many young lives are taken, you know, for over ignorant stuff that could be avoided. And we have to start doing community service and start giving back to our community. And that's something that I picked up from Tupac's sister and brothers. Shout out to Mokrim Shakur, shout out to Tyrone Shakur, shout out to Zetua, and shout out to Mutulu Shakur. And that's what they instilled in me. They basically told me, you know, we have a chance to lead this generation away from the ignorance that took Tupac and Biggie Smalls from us. You understand? Now, Tupac, his platform is very big and it's very universal. And when I spoke to Afeni, she did say to me, you know, you may not be in the first film, but I see you in many other films, other projects that's concerning hip-hop, because Tupac is hip-hop. She didn't notify me about that. She identified Tupac as hip-hop. And a lot of kids, you know, a lot of grown men, a lot of grown folks, you know, they see Tupac as somewhat of a Bob Marley. You understand what I'm saying? Like a hopeful figure. And like Rick Boss was saying, you know, those in power, the supremacy, they don't like to see brothers and sisters of color doing positive things, and they do fear the leaders that have the tongue and the influence to control the masses. And they rather, you know what I'm saying, put negative people, you know, rappers of today. I mean, I'm not calling nobody out. I'm just saying that a lot of music and rap artists today are paid to do negative and immoral acts, and, you know, basically do stuff that we basically would frown upon.
Yeah.
And you know, basically leading our youth to ignorant stuff, like Tekashi 6ix9ine. I would say it's people like that. You understand? Yeah. Now, about that guy, they're like, "Do you think he's a snitch?" And I'm like, "What do you think?" They're like, "I don't think he's a snitch, because why should I go to jail for somebody else doing things?" I said, "That's a good point." You know what I'm saying? Everybody's open to their own opinion. You know what I'm saying? But we got to reevaluate how artists and rappers and musicians like everybody's free to make their own content. And that's why I love what Rick Boss's content. Not everybody's gonna agree. Not everybody's gonna like it. You know what I'm saying? Most people will like it, God willing. You know what I'm saying? But everybody's, obligated to make their own content. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of videos on YouTube where you have DC characters and Marvel characters fighting in one show. And I love it. They get a lot of views. You know what I'm saying? People like that shit. Yeah. And then you see a lot of movies coming out like The Little Mermaid with a black Ariel coming out. They're going to use a colored young lady to play Ariel. Just like they changed Mary Jane in the Spider-Man movies. So when people say, well, you're Hispanic, you can't play Tupac. Well, why not? I'm Puerto Rican, and Puerto Ricans come from Indian and Africa. And we all derive from Africa. If you break it down, we all derive from Africa, especially the colored people. You understand? And I just don't feed into the ignorance when people say, oh, but you're not black. I'm like, well, guess what? Tony Montana was not Cuban, and he played, Al Pacino played Tony Montana to the T. You know what I'm saying? My man who played the Dominican in the Shaft movie, he's black. He's not Dominican, but he played a good Dominican. And I love that character. You know what I'm saying? And now they're going to change Commissioner Gordon in the new Batman. They're going to make the new Batman Commissioner Gordon black. The same character that played the bad guy in Shaft. So people got to learn how to look outside the box. You know what I'm saying? Let me just do what I do. You know what I'm saying? If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. A lot of people didn't like All Eyes on Me. A lot of people did like All Eyes on Me. So either way, you know what I'm saying? I think everyone's entitled to make their own content. And that's why I'm backing and supporting this, this project, because I feel blessed to even be a part of it.
Mm-hmm. For sure. So just to be clear, so you think or you believe that Tupac has passed, right? Richard?
Well, yeah, well, in a way I have, you know what I'm saying? Me and Rick Boss see two different lights on this. I believe he passed. Rick Boss knows how I feel. Because, that's what me and the family talk about. But, you know what I'm saying, there are a lot of things that people, believe. There's always a second and third story, you know what I'm saying? So sure. I just play my part, you know what I'm saying? I have to play my part in this because I do carry myself, as like people. Someone asked me the other day in another interview, how do you get yourself ready to play Tupac Shakur? I basically tap in because it's going through my veins every day. Thug life is going through my veins every day. But when I say thug life, I'm talking about the hardships of life. You understand? Not going out there hustling drugs, not going out there gun toting and shooting people out. I'm not affiliated with any gang. The only gang I'm affiliated with is NJCU. That's the college that I graduated, the university that I graduated with a Bachelor's of Science in Biology. Sure. And again, I stay flexible with my educational job. So when projects like this arise, I jump to the chance. Because I'm also, I do live shows. So people book me through a website called Gig Salad. That's GIG Salad, SALAD. Gig Salad is a website, gigsalad.com is a website where people can go on and book me for weddings, bar mitzvahs, shows, and everybody can always go on my Instagram and check out my performances, so.
Okay, that's what's up, man. So Rick, so did you guys get the blessing from the family, Rick, to make this movie?
Yeah, man, I got a side of Shakur liking everything I do. We're gonna move forward with this project. And like I said, I respect Richard if he thinks the man is dead, but when I'm making a story where the man's alive and the family, one of the top family members say to roll with it, don't you think I would have got some negativity for making that movie? So I'm not gonna speak on it. I'm not gonna speak on it too much.
I speak to the family, I speak to the brother Tyrone, his younger brothers, Tyrone Shakur, and we sat face to face, and I told him how the movie was going, how the synapse of the film is being created, and he expressed how the family believes that he's gone, but you know, they like the fact that I'm a part of something that's trying to keep his spirit alive in the legacy.
Okay.
So it's like we're trying to keep the legacy and the spirit of Tupac Shakur alive because, as you can see, a lot of things are being controlled by higher powers, and not everybody's allowed to display their perception of, like, Rick Boss's perception, and that's why I honor Rick Boss's perception, because it's basically courage. He has the courage to come out and write a movie and do something, you know, saying against all odds, because this movie is being filmed against all odds, and against all odds is something that Pac believes in. You know what I'm saying? If you believe in something and you know that it can happen, if you believe it, it's gonna happen. That's why I tell people, you gotta believe in yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we're really, like, you know, like, I just wanna go full throttle with this project.
Yeah, he wants to do the project, but Danny, I'm gonna speak on something, okay?
Okay.
Something that's for real, what goes on. When you want to protect your family from any type of harm, you cannot even communicate with your family. So you gotta have your family make them think that you are really dead to stay alive. You understand what I'm saying? Sort of like the witness protection program. When you do something like that and you have to protect your family, you are not even allowed to contact your family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the Black Panthers like myself that know what that, excuse my language, what really went down, okay? The family may say that he's dead because they don't want people to start digging up information.
True.
But see, my family's are Black Panthers. It's not the same like you're talking to a regular person from the public that's a fan. So there's a lot of shit I know what's going on. And when I spoke with Asada Shakur from another, wherever she's at, I can't talk about wherever she's at. We're going to go through this project. It is what it is. Now, she don't feel like the project that, she don't feel sad or nothing. She said, let's go do this. Let's roll with it.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? So she has more say than anybody except for Afeni that's not around. Asada has more say than anybody. That's like the second lieutenant right there.
Yeah, that's indeed.
That's very
So
true.
so she said, go with it. We going with it. Now, if the other family members don't want to believe that he's alive, well, like I said, you cannot let the public know what's really going on if you hiding somebody, because, you know, the family won't expose nothing. But me, I'm breaking it off to everybody. It's time. The world is ready. Let's do this. You know what I'm saying?
100.
Yeah, that's how it's gonna be, man.
Yeah.
So it's what it is.
Yeah. Rick, I get a lot of questions, man, on my channel, and a lot of people told me to ask you, do you think Pac is ever gonna come back, and if you do, when?
He probably might come out 2021, but he's not going to come out. See, I know a lot of stuff that I can't even be talking. You guys are still trying to see Pac as like when he was in his 20s. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I want to speak a lot. I got a picture sent to me when he walked out the MGM with that lady. I got a recent picture in my phone sent to me by somebody. I'm the only one in the world that has that fucking picture in my phone right now.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot which I'm gonna put out when the credits and shit is starting to end. I'm gonna flash these fucking pictures on the credits, and then now the world will know what's really going on.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because those pictures that I'm gonna flash, they're gonna be the real nitty gritty. Not only that, but you got homeboy Trench in there. Speaking on, look, when he moved his head, tapped his hat to the side. There's homeboy right there. These are messages that he's sending to you. But he knows people are not going to believe it. He knows that already. You know what I'm saying? So he wants to pick only the smart ones that know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? This is how this game goes. So when this movie come out, Richard, I'm going to tell you right now, Richard, you're going to be a millionaire. Don't even trip, man. You feel me? You're going to be a millionaire. Let me do my goddamn thing, what I do, man. On my screen thing. Let me do what I do. You be driving a Bentley in a few months. Don't you worry about it and shit. But yeah, we're gonna do what we have to do.
Yeah.
No more back and forth on all this YouTube shit. It's enough of that, man. It's time for the world to know what's going on, and we going through with it with permission from Messiah Shakur. That's one of the top lieutenants for the family. And if she's saying we going through with it, we going through with it. And nobody's gonna stop it. Not his brother, not his cousin, nobody. We doing it. But I tell you what I am gonna do. What I did tell her, the money that we're making, I will give the family their cut. What they have coming, that's for sure.
Yeah. Because
they did tell me to give it back to the state, which I will do. I'm not going to just take all the money and say, fuck them, I made money off the name. No, I'm going to break them off and go with what they need to get. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's going to get their piece.
For sure.
Yep. And to me, it's more for the love than the money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because right now, you know what I'm saying? I mean, God bless me, and now I have an education. I've been blessed with education, and I'm a high school dropout. You know what I'm saying? And I went back to got my GED, and you know what I'm saying? I went through hell. You know, I got 7 children that grew up, and you know what I'm saying? I mean, and they all know one another, and they all work, and they're all productive, and I'm blessed. You know what I'm saying? And I have a beautiful wife, but we all have trials and tribulations. You know what I'm saying? But I always keep prayer in everything I do, and that's one thing that I explained to Afeni Shakur. It's not about the money to me, you know what I'm saying? Because to me, it comes natural what I do, because I really enjoy what I do, you know what I'm saying? And that's something that I try to explain to my children, that every time you do something, and when you get older and you do a job, make sure you do something that you enjoy doing, you know what I'm saying? Not something that you're going to hate to do. You know, like my jobs, my little side jobs that I do, I feel blessed to even do that. You know what I'm saying? People are like, you shouldn't even be working. You should be, they tell me, you should be in LA filming a movie. I said, I wish I was filming a movie. I just was just doing a short video out in LA, in August. And that was the first time in my life ever going to LA. You know what I'm saying? I've been to Vegas in 2015. So it's like I feel blessed, you know what I'm saying, to be a part of this. And, you know what I'm saying, Rick Boss came in and you know, he explained what he wanted to do. And I said, fuck it, man, let's just roll with this shit. Let's see where it does, man. We're going to roll with it. That's right, we are. And most of the information is coming from the Black Panthers. It's not, yeah, I got my ideas and stuff in the movie, but most of it's coming from the Black Liberation Army. You know what I'm saying? You can't stop us. Nobody can. We everywhere across the United States. You can go into the Black Liberation Army, like I told them, versus the Ku Klux Klan. Go on YouTube. You can't stop us. We powerful, man. Some of us are ex-military people, veterans. You know what I'm saying? So we know tactical force if we need to. And when this movie come out, I might have the Black Panthers there anyways at the premiere. The first premiere will be in Dubai, second premiere will be here in the United States. But I might have the Black Panthers there anyways on standby, because you don't know what might happen. People might be protesting, or racial people might come out and say, fuck that movie, all kinds of shit. You hear what I'm saying? Because in the script itself, yeah, it's kind of racist. How Pac got mistreated and all kinds of shit. How his family got mistreated. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. We rolling forward, Richard. But right now, what Rick Boss is saying is true, because I want to elaborate on something, you know, because I don't want people to think, you know, this is like, well, Mr. Garcia is doing this for fame. Nah, it's not even fame, because right now, you know, like Tupac's mother, after meeting Afeni, you know what I'm saying? Well, first I met Tupac Shakur's biological father, Bill Garland. Shout out to Mr. Bill Garland, Uncle Bill. I love you, man, if you're listening. Shout out.
Is he
Tupac
still alive?
Shakur's biological. Yes, he is. He's still alive, and he works in. He actually works in the city that I live in. He's a city inspector, and he's
okay.
Now we see him. We run into each other time to time. Bill Garland, I love you. I call him Uncle Bill because we see each other a lot. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of years behind us, you know, talking and stuff and meeting up. But aside from him, and I'm going, I want to say I've been with my wife since 2006, so I met him in 2006, Bill Garland, and then in 2010 I met Afeni Shakur on my birthday, which is June 16th, like Tupac Shakur. And I met Afeni at the Tupac Amaru Shakur Foundation out in Atlanta, Georgia, in Stone Mountain, Georgia. And that's when his school was open. And after I met Afeni, I also met Tupac's sister, his biological father's sister, Takara Allen. Shout out to Takara Allen as well. I love you, Mama. She writes books and stuff like that. And you know, like, I don't know, it's like year after year, I just started meeting all his family, his intimate family, you know, members. And it's not like I was, you know, going out of my way. It was like, it was just like happening. So I try to tell people, you know, it's not only that I speak to one side of the family, because I speak to both sides, his mother's side and his father's side. And I also speak to his stepfather's side, which is Dr. Mutulu Shakur. And Dr. Mutulu Shakur is still incarcerated. And he went to jail in the early 70s, and they gave him 60 years. Wow. But back in the day, if they gave you 60 years, for every day that you served, they give you 2 days. So he was supposed to come out with 30 years. After 30 years with good behavior, he was supposed to come out. He is a very peaceful man. He's a teacher of acupuncture. He helps heroin addicts take heroin without taking methadone. He's done so many things in his community, all right? He served his time in prison, and right now, we're trying to get Dr. Mutulu Shakur out of prison. And he's been in there, I think, this now is going on 34 years.
Wow.
So he served his time, and yet they don't want to let him out. And he's an original Black Panther, you understand? And Tupac's biological father was, and so was Afeni, you know, and so was Asada, you know what I'm saying? And God bless her too, and shout out to her, and much respect to you, Asada. And Ann Glow, I want to give a shout out to Ann Glow and cousin Lee Sane, William Lee Sane, and the rest of the family. What I'm trying to say is I write Dr. Mutulu Shakur, and it's not something that I just started to do. It's something that I've been doing way before. And he told me in the letters that things were going to change for me, that things would start coming to full circle. And like, I see things happening, and, you know what I'm saying, I just let it be. I just ride the wave. But I don't lose sight of my responsibility as a parent, as a teacher, as a pillar of my community in Jersey City. Shout out Jersey City. Shout out Newark. Shout out East Orange, Irvington, Camden. All of y'all, I love you. And it's just, I try to, you know, do the best that I can and share my time, because I'm a very, very busy man, because I'm always working, you know what I'm saying? So I'm a workaholic. So like Tupac, that ambition he had in the studio, always, you know, making albums and always staying in and staying active, that's something that I know I could do if I had the opportunity, but I don't have the opportunity. So I do follow my dreams as an actor. Okay, I'm a part-time actor, but I'm also a part-time substitute teacher. I'm also a part-time produce worker in the supermarket. I'm also a part-time landscaper, you know what I'm saying? So I do so many things, and I'm also a parent, and I'm a grandfather of 2 young babies, you know what I'm saying? I have a 2-year-old granddaughter and a new one coming, God willing, in January in 2020. So, and I have a treat for all of you. Something's coming in 2020, a video that I did. I don't want to talk about it. All I can tell you is I did a video with a rapper named Cam Shah from the Bay Area of California. He's a Pakistani Punjabi rapper. His name is Cam Shah, Kamshah. Cam Shah. I know. I think it's the H at the end, but this dude, he's on fire, man, and we got a little treat coming out soon, and when people see that, they're gonna bug out, you know what I'm saying? And like I tell people, you know, I'm doing what I like to do. It's fun. I feel blessed, and I do what I do just to keep Tupac's spirit alive.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's what Afeni asked me to do. That's what his father and his stepfather asked me to do. I speak to them on the regular. So when people come home, when brothers come home and I see them and they talk to me and they interact, oh, you're supposed to be that Tupac guy. You know, and I ask them, you know, how many people write you. You know, not so many people write people incarcerated. So my thing is, we have to push one another to lift one another. So we should start writing. You know what I'm saying? I always tell people, have you written, you know anybody incarcerated? Have you ever written them a little card? Just, you know, drop a card in the mailbox. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that JPay is expensive.
Yeah.
Not everybody can afford JPay. So, you know, there's nothing wrong with typing or writing somebody a letter or two and just dropping it off, because, you know, we all human beings. We're not animals. And we got to start treating each other with compassion. And I got 3 friends in jail, Dr. Mutulu, Shakur, and 2 other friends. One of them is a lifer. And my students see me writing, and they're like, Mr. Garcia, why are you always writing? And using your phone, taking pictures and putting in your letters. I said, because I'm writing my brothers in jail. I'm writing Dr. Mutulu Shakur. You know what I'm saying? And I can't go into a collaboration with them, who he is. And they asked me if anybody, hey, that's Tupac Shakur's stepdad. I'm like, yep. When he come home, soon. God willing, he's coming home soon. So when I was talking to Tyrone Shakur recently, Tupac's brother, his half brother, he told me, God bless you, Ty, he looks just like his father. He told me very soon that him and his sister, they're going to be doing something with the public. You're going to see it on the news and stuff. And we're going to try to get to Mutulu Shakur out. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are writing a lot of letters, recommendations. And, you know, the man served his time. You know, if they told you got 60 years, but they promised you for every day you did, you do double. So that means you get 30 years. Why are you sitting in there 34 years?
It's unfair.
You know what I'm saying? That's just, you know, that's messed up. But so, you know what I'm saying? And like Rick Ball said, it's political, because Obama, he pardoned a lady and a man, and they were Black Panthers from the past. And they were all at the same time, they all got locked up the same time Dr. Mutulu Shakur got locked up. So, you know, I always try to give a shout out to Dr. Mutulu Shakur and push people to write letters and, you know, research and do their investigation.
For sure. So I got a question for both of you guys. This has been all over the internet. I get a bunch of questions about this. Have you guys heard, or has anybody told you guys in the family or anything else about Tupac having any kids? Hello?
Well, yo, Rick Balls. I don't know, I think we lost him.
It says he's...
that answer, I don't know, man. I mean, I was listening to some psychic. She said he had a daughter, but
yeah.
You know, again, like Rick Ball said, you know what I'm saying, a lot of things that this man has written, and I've seen the script, is crazy. The shit that he wrote, man, is crazy. So it's like, you know, if that can happen, then basically, yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's a possibility. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm right here, Richard.
Oh, okay. What do you think about that one?
Yes, yeah, he got kids, but I ain't gonna speak on it though.
Yeah, like he said, the Black Panthers ain't gonna let that one out.
Oh no,
we can't. We have to protect Pac. We have to protect him. You have to understand, this man was accused of shooting 2 police officers and got away with the shit. The district attorney, anybody who's ever been incarcerated or district attorney, when it comes to a case like that, they may let you go for right now, but they're going to keep filing those damn fucking paperwork with the new district attorney and so on until that new district attorney takes up the case. This shit ain't never going to end. So yeah, he had to disappear. You know what I'm saying? Who wants to go to jail for that shit? I know I don't. And they ain't gonna never let that go. That's attempted murder on 2 cops. So even if this district attorney says no, then they'll file with the new district attorney who came into hire. It's just a never-ending paperwork, man. It's just gonna keep going to the next man, to the next man. And about him having kids, yeah, he got kids, but I ain't gonna speak on it because if I talk too much about Pac, about his kids and shit like that, then the FBI, all they gotta do is come arrest my ass and say, you must know his location because you know so much about him. You know what I'm saying? So I try to keep quiet, and I'm gonna release this damn movie, and I'm gonna release it. I want the movie to come out. I don't want it stopped by the authorities.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, Danny?
Yeah, hell yeah, for sure, brother. And you know what? And I understand that, bro. And that's leading to my other question that I was gonna ask you too, Rick. What is your opinion on all these YouTube channels that talk about him being alive?
About you Wired Up TV?
Well, yeah, me, and then all the other ones.
Okay, you're at Wired Up TV. I'm gonna be honest with you. I look at the shit constantly, and I'm gonna tell you right now, you're inches away from breaking history, man. Damn. Inches away. Now the other people that I see that have these little Tupac things, I see them talk as bias. Like you know what I mean? Like they got this thing called hoax that's on YouTube. That Tupac was this, that Tupac was a cop.
I listen to the Machiavelli Media one. I like Machiavelli Media. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's my boy. That's my boy, Gabbo. But he's not a Tupac Alive channel though.
Oh, okay.
But see, Wired Up got it going on, Richard. You hear me? Because they gonna break the ice. They close. They real fucking close.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But we don't want. We can't help them. We can't help Wired Up TV because if we do, the cops are gonna come and kick the fucking door in. We cannot help Wired TV.
And I won't be playing this bullshit ass game no more.
Crazy Rick.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. This bullshit ass game over here.
Oh man,
yeah,
well, that's cool as hell, man. That you think that, man. I mean, I'm pretty sure all the subscribers are gonna love that comment, brother.
Yeah, make sure you subscribers stay with Wired Up TV. This is coming from me, Rick Boss, who used to hang out with G Money, Tupac's hook man. You know what I'm saying? So you stay up with Wired TV. The man is close to breaking the ice. Like I said, we cannot help Danny because then we will get arrested our goddamn self. Danny, you break that ice, man. They can't do nothing to you. You know what I mean? You say it's a lucky guess. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, of course, man. Hell yeah.
That's all it is, man. But Richard's a good person, man. Richard Garcia is the man for the new Tupac movie. And I want you guys who are really Tupac fans to go see this movie because we're not going to talk about Jada Pinkett in the movie. We're not going to talk about none of that. It's starting off violent and it's going to end violent. That's how that script is. It's like some real gangster shit. No more poetry, love scenes, none of that shit. Straight to the nitty gritty what happened with Pac. The man had to get out to save his own life and his family. And sometimes to stay alive, you cannot communicate with your family. You have to make them believe that you're dead. I'm sorry, but that's how this life is, underworld. That's what we call it. Black Panthers call it underworld. So there you guys have it, man. Stay tuned for the movie.
For sure. What do you guys think about Tretch and Suge Knight? I think, was it Too Short too? And I think I've even heard more Prince say something about Tupac being alive on all these channels and TV.
I wrote the Suge when I was incarcerated in Durango, Colorado, from one attorney to another attorney. Not Suge Jr., the actual Suge.
Okay.
I wrote him several times from one jail to another jail, but his attorney told me to stop writing because it was bad for his case, what he was getting charged with. But I heard I heard Suge say that he gave him $2 million. That's true. I'm gonna put my foot down on that. That's escape money. Yeah. You hear what I'm saying? But Trench, hey Richard, you know Trench though, huh? You know him personally?
Yeah, I know Trench personally. Yeah, he's a good friend of mine.
Yeah, so
when we see each other, cause he's always, these people are always, everybody's busy. They're always doing different projects, and my ass is living the average Joe life. I'm sitting in the classroom trying to teach the kids. And my weekend is shot. I'm always working unless I'm being booked. I'm always at work. But some months in a blue moon, we'll pass each other, me and Tretch. But he's writing these stories sometimes. When he's in town.
Okay.
Yeah.
And has he ever talked to you about Tupac being alive?
No. He hasn't. No, we never talk about that. I know when he sees me, he cries a lot because he tells me like, "Damn, bro, you really look like my bro." You know, and we just, you know, we have fun, man. You know, I try not to, you know, ask those questions because I don't want to make nobody feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because I'm already making them feel uncomfortable enough just by sitting next to them. Some of them, like when I met Layla Steinberg, Tupac's manager, my wife said it. She's like, wow, she was really looking at you like, I don't believe this shit. Like, damn, you really look like Pac. You know, and it was crazy, you know, and I also spoke to Tupac's bodyguard on the phone, and he really wanted me to play Tupac in All Eyes on Me in the beginning of the movie when it was going to the first director, Antoine Fuqua, and Tupac's bodyguard, Frank Alexander, and we were talking for a while, and you know, and then he was telling me some weird shit, like, you know, like, again, like, I've been told so much crazy shit, I just tend to keep it to myself, and I put it like in a suitcase in my mind, and I just put that shit away, because I don't want to repeat what I know, you know what I'm saying?
Richard, give him a sample, give his subscribers a little sample of what you know, just a little taste so they know what's going on.
Well, all right. Like when I was talking to Frank, he was telling me how you know, a lot of shiesty shit was going on with the death row camp, and the night that Pac died, that it was weird how Tupac did not want him in the car with him. He's like, he always had me in the car with him. He always had the gun. He was like, I just don't know. He was like, that day he just told me to ride in the back and keep the gun and all that shit out. So I was like, what are you talking about, man? I was like, so you feel like Pac didn't want you in the car with him and Suge that night? He was like, no, he definitely did not want me in the car with him and Suge that night. So I was like, you know, and then he had said to me, he was like, but I made a big mistake. I was like, what mistake? He said, I wrote a book. Did you see the book? And I was like, nah. And he was like, I had said that Suge had got Pac killed. I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, I had said it. It's something in the Bodyguard book. He was like, I had said that Suge had ordered the hit. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, but now I fear for my life. And I was like, what do you mean? Now, this is like, I want to say 2014, 2013, some shit like that. And this dude is calling me every day, and we're talking, and he's like telling me about God. And I'm like, yo, you're about to be a grandfather. Aren't you happy? He's like, yeah, I'm very happy. He was like, and he was very confident when he spoke to me, Frank Alexander. But he told me, he was like, something just ain't right. Something just ain't right. So he started asking me, he's like, oh, what kind of music do you listen to? I was like, I don't listen to too much hip hop. The only hip hop I listen to is the 1990 hip hop. That's the ones I listen to. Other than that, I listen to like Bee Gees, you know, like soft rock type shit. So he was like, yeah, so do I. And the next thing you know, that was the last time I spoke to dude. And then when I called him, his wife texted me and said, he died. Now, I was like, what the fuck's going on, dog? And I remember him saying that, you know, shit wasn't right, but he was happy that his daughter was about to have a baby. And he kept like telling me about church scriptures and sending me, you know, stuff about Christianity and stuff and loving life. And, you know, and I was like, yo, you freaking me out, dog. Why you keep sending me this shit? And, you know, before you know it, he died. Now, some people say that he killed himself. Some people said that he was cleaning his gun. He accidentally shot himself. I don't believe that. Because if you're living on a ranch all by yourself, how could you do that? Like, I don't. The dude, you know, I don't believe that. So I believe other stuff, like somebody went and did they dirt. So you gotta understand, these people, they know too many things. You know what I'm saying? And whether it be gang related, like somebody said to me, in school. One of the teachers, he broke it down. He was like, "Remember the thing with Jesse Jackson?" This is what he said. He said, "If I'm a politician, why would I want to get my hands dirty when I could pay the next man to do it? And if I could close the loop and close all the holes, and everybody who knows what's going on, if I could, ain't nobody gonna catch me." You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's some real gangster shit, but it's so much gangster shit that it's political. So you got people with power that, you know, because ain't nobody could transport somebody and fake somebody's murder without not having power. You need power to do that. Yep. You need to have political power. You can't do that alone. You can't do that with 5 people. You won't have to have.
Yeah, go ahead, Rich. I was going to speak on that BMW, the BMW, the bullet wounds, the bullet holes. I was going to speak on that when you got done.
I'm done.
We all know when we gangbang and shit, when we do drive-bys and shit like that, we never aim for the door. The door is called center shot. Center shot is people who are trained, either military or military train the police to shoot like that. So when you see the door, those are center shots. And when most gang members, they don't hit the damn door. They try to aim straight to your face, which would be the car window. You know what I'm saying? But all the bullets are on the doors because of the center shot wounds, which means when you sit down in the seat, your kidneys and all that shit will be touched. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't work for COINTELPRO. COINTELPRO, you hear me? You guys got Devin Clark, assholes. So you know what I'm saying? So you already know about Devin Clark, right, Danny?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's who really was in the front seat, my man. Devin Clark, dying of age, didn't give a shit, taking one for the team.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't get caught. They got the look-alike. Shit.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
all good. I'm telling you, man, it's a lot of people out here truly believe that Pac is alive. And, you know, it's like, it's to a point where the family, like half of the family, you know, they're like, whatever, man. The other half, they get pissed off. And you know what I'm saying? And I tell them, you know, they're just like, I just want them to let my family rest in peace. I said, but you gotta understand, your family is now like Elvis Presley, you understand? And the name carries so much weight. You say the name and people would just look. I don't care what culture you are. You could be a white lady. You know, oh, did you just say Tupac Shakur? I'm like, yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy, you know? And the thing is, everything happens for a reason. And, you know, I just feel very blessed to even be a part of this because my students want to see it happen. Everybody was pissed off when they found out that I wasn't in the movie All Eyes on Me. They were like, well, did you play somebody in the movie? I'm like, no. They're like, why wasn't you in the movie? I was like, well, I said, when your father is the executive producer, you can make any movie you want. So then my students all say to me, don't worry, Mr. Garcia. One day you'll meet a man and he's going to come. He's going to make his own movie. He's going to make you famous. So I was like, I'm already famous thanks to you guys. You guys make me famous. You know what I'm saying? I'm already famous. They're like, no, you're going to be a star. And I was like, yeah, we'll see. So next thing you know, Rick Boss comes along a few years later and he's like, yo, you want to do a Tupac movie? I'm like, what? I was like, oh, you did, huh?
Yeah, that's right. We can do it. Hey, Danny, this movie, I'm telling you, man. If I have to fly you to Dubai for you to see this shit before anybody else, so you can come out with another wired TV thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know if you guys watch that stuff on YouTube. You ever watch those shows where they have Batman versus Darth Vader and shit like that, those short films? When they all right. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you gotta check that shit out. That shit is crazy. They got Batman versus the Superman, Wolverine. It's crazy the way they hooked it up. But I watch these things, and this is what I'm talking about. Independent film and independent entertainment at its best. Because right now I'm working with a team, a guy named Randy Jones. Shout out Randy Jones. I'm doing a movie with him where it's called The Unstoppables. and it's an independent film about superheroes, independent superheroes that come together and they're fighting other supervillains. So he's writing a good script, and so far he got the green screen going, and we're going to be filming stuff next year, God willing. And you know what I'm saying, I love to see independent people do things like AEW. Check this shit out before I let you go. You know what AEW is, right?
Yeah, the wrestling company.
Yeah, it's all Elite Wrestling. Now, all Elite Wrestling is owned by Tony Khan. He owns, I think, the Chargers. Okay, and Cody Rhodes, who used to be what's that?
Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah, Dustin Rhodes, all those guys, they created this wrestling called All Elite Wrestling with Chris Jericho and the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. And right now they got their own show coming on it's on right now on TNT. And they are toe-to-toe with WWE right now, okay? They're the new WCW of 2020, you understand? And one of my students is now a wrestler with this company, Sonny Kiss. Shout out Sonny Kiss. And I'm very proud of him. He's from Jersey City, New Jersey. And I was a substitute teacher a couple of times. And he told me, he was like, Mr. Garcia, you told me to believe in myself. Always believe in yourself and believe in your dreams. You understand? And just like I believed in my dreams, and here I am doing this movie with, Rick Boss, I feel blessed. I feel humbled to even be a part of this, because it's something that's going to be history. This is something that has history all over it. You understand? And me writing Dr. Mutulu Shakur, affiliating myself with the Shakur family, affiliating myself with Bill Garland, affiliating myself with Afeni Shakur, may she rest in peace. I fulfilled a lot what I wanted to do in my obligation in keeping Tupac Shakur's legacy and foundation alive. Shout out to Kristen Parkis and Northside from the Outlaws and the Outlaws. I love you, Outlaws. Idi Amin, Young Noble. So shout out, y'all. And the thing is, they even know what I do. And, I do what I do on an independent level. But like Rick Ball says, he wants to make this big. So, you know what I'm saying, I'm just going to keep moving forward and do what I do. But I'm not going to give up my day job. You know what I'm saying? You got to work and pay the rent. You got to pay the rent. So that's why everybody asks me, where the hell you find time to do all this shit? I said, sometimes I don't even sleep. No lie, my dude, I got to go to work in the next 3 or 4 hours. I got to go to work. And then work tomorrow all night, and then work at the school. Go straight from one job to the next. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason why I'm going to school is because I'm going to wear a costume for the kids. So, you know what I'm saying? I do what I do for my community. I do what I do for the Tupac Shakur legacy. Oh, another thing. Tupac's cousin, William Nisane, and Kristen Parkis. Kristen Parkis, if you don't know, she's the biggest, she's one of Tupac's biggest fans. She met Afeni and everything. She talks to Aunt Glo, William Nisane's mother. Now check this out. This lady got me in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Brooklyn, a couple of years ago, when they were nominated, and they gave Tupac Shakur the title for Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as the first hip-hop artist to receive the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Now, she also created, Kristen Parkis, this lady created a non-profit organization where she gets donations in the name of Afeni Shakur and Tupac Shakur. This is a LLC company, okay? She takes donations, she asks for donations, and then once they get a certain amount of money, they go and give it to families who have children with special needs through a raffle. Now, recently we gave $2,500 to Nassan's Place out here in Newark, New Jersey. And Nassan's Place is a center for the people and for the children and parents who need resources for children with disabilities and autism. Because autism is very high over here on the East Coast. Autism and cerebral palsy. Now, these are special needs. And this lady's been doing this stuff in the name of Tupac Shakur and in the name of Afeni Shakur. And I'm a part of this. And this is also a part of the family. This is a part of the legacy. This is a part of Tupac Shakur's name, all right, and the estate. So I consider myself very humble and thankful to even be a part of all this.
Yes. Thank you for being the actor.
For sure.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Yeah,
Man, I really
and
appreciate
you know what,
it.
man? Thank both of you guys for giving me the honor and us the honor to be able to interview you guys, man. You guys didn't have to do this, bro. I got much respect for both of you guys, man. Y'all the coolest, one of the coolest motherfuckers I've ever met in my life, man. Excuse my language, but
well, hopefully we'll meet in person, man. Hopefully we'll meet in person at the movie weekend.
Hell yeah, I hope so, brother.
What I'm gonna do, Danny, is I'm gonna send you a poster. I don't know the size. It's 22 by 30 movie poster. I'm gonna have the actors sign it and fucking send it to you, man. Whenever you're ready.
Oh, thank you so much, brother. God bless you for that, bro.
Yep.
And,
but this is for the fans.
Yeah, and,
the fans. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, no. Well, I was gonna say, if you guys wanna let our subscribers know where they can reach you guys, Facebook, Instagrams, anything you guys got, and just let them know again the debut of the movie or around what time it's gonna come out.
All right, my Instagram. Unless you want to go first, Richard, or you want me to go first?
I'll tell you real quick. I'll tell them mine real quick. My Instagram is ThugAngel12. That's THUGANGEL 12. ThugAngel12. That's the Instagram. My Twitter is ThugAngel11. THUGANGEL 11. ThugAngel11. That's the Twitter. And they can book me through Gig Salad, GIGSALAD.com, gigsalad.com. That's where they get my bookings from. And on Facebook, Richard Garcia.
There you have it. Mine is Facebook, Rick DPG. Instagram will be OG_devil_dog with 2 G's _pound_connected. And that's where you can find me at. But if you guys are interested in some of those movie posters that are signed by Richard Garcia, it may be available very soon. But first, we must release this movie and see what the public thinks.
That's for sure, man. Thank you guys so much, man. Again, for doing this interview,
Thank
man.
you,
It was hella fun, man. Saying God bless both of y'all, man. Richard Garcia and
Thank
the
you,
homie
man.
Rick
Thank
Boss,
you.
man. You guys are the shit, bro.
Great, quick question for your subscribers. What would they do when they see Tupac is alive? What are they going to do? That's what I would like to know. Are they going to the shows? Are they going to go fall in love again with Pac? Or what's going on?
You probably have a heart attack first.
Then I can go retire.
Yeah. Hey, Daddy, it's an honor to be on your show, man.
Oh, thank you guys so much, man.
Yeah, bless you, man.
The movie will come out, depending on the American Film Association, somewhere between mid-2020, or it could come out late 2020, depending on the Film Association, because they got dates that, you have to schedule dates and stuff like that. But it's coming out. Don't you worry. Be ready and stay posted.
Okay, for sure, y'all, man. Thank you guys so much, man. You guys have a great rest of you guys tonight, man. And thank you guys so much, man.
Thank you.
God bless you.
God bless you.
Same.
All right, later. Hope you enjoyed the bomb interview, man. Honestly, one of the craziest, greatest, most interesting interviews ever. Hands down on all of YouTube, y'all. Y'all need to rewind it, pay close attention, pick up the game, because these two men have been mingled with the Dog Pound, Afeni Shakur, Mutulu Shakur, the Outlaws, everybody. So pick up game, guys. Rewind it and hear it, because this has the most clues and evidence in the whole Tupac Alive case ever. Always stay wired up, and peace out.